Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the Upper Tier Podcast. It is Tuesday. It's Pro Wrestling Weekly. The panel is assembled. The Avengers are in the house. The Daredevil is down the bottom there. The sneaky fuck. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, grand. Yeah, not a butter.
World.
Good. Well, we've an interesting show tonight, as you can see from the first graphic there, and we'll be asking you guys in the chat to get involved as well. Also, if you can light up the chat, folks, as well, with birthday cakes and candles and all that kind of stuff. Dar's birthday this week, and also Anto's birthday this week as well. So make sure you're wishing the boys a happy birthday. We have them in our notable birthdays list as well, so we will mention it later as well. So, but this one, I think Dave and Keith put this one together. World's most famous wrestlers. But I think you were coming from a different slant, wasn't it? It was wrestlers who have had an influence in and out of the business. I think you were talking about, wasn't it?
Yeah. So me and Keith were on a walk there the other day, and we just got talking about wrestlers that have transcended the business, right, and have basically gone from wrestling to movies to music, whatever it is, just completely bloody global, right? And we're thinking about who would we put in this pyramid of world's most famous wrestlers. Now, I put in the chat that my top of the pyramid, Howie Anto, would be Hulk Hogan. And the reason I said this was because I said it to Keith. I said, if you ask anyone who's in their kitchen who doesn't watch wrestling and doesn't watch anything, you ask them who Hulk Hogan is, they're going to know who you're talking about, right? And that was the case in the late 80s and in the early 90s. If you ask someone who John Cena is and they don't watch wrestling, they'll know who John Cena is, or Dwayne Johnson or The Rock, who are the two I would put underneath Hogan. But to fill out this pyramid, I wanted everyone to get involved and the different levels of who you think started out in the business. Now, obviously, my top is Hogan, then below that is Cena and Dwayne Johnson. That's just mine. Doesn't have to be yours. But who would you fill out the rest of that pyramid with? Because obviously we've got the likes of Stone Cold, who's been in films, and everyone knows who he is. When you just say Stone Cold Steve Austin, they know who he is. Even if you don't watch wrestling, you know who he is. And who else would you put in that pyramid to fill that bad boy out? And this is a question for all of you. I mean, I haven't even gone past the top three, so it's all up for discussion.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come to it because we're going to give people a bit of time to think about it, especially in the chat as well, and we'll come back to it after we've come back to our session on Raw, because it is. I was doing it today, and it's quite like you have to think about it a bit as well. You know, who had an influence.
Exactly.
Folks, everyone, if you can welcome Claire to the community as well. Her first time on here, she's new.
How are you, Claire?
Welcome.
How are you, Claire?
Enjoy.
Welcome to the madness.
Yeah. By the way, that's my sister. There we go. Welcome. Right. So we're gonna talk about Raw. Have a quick look at my man Pew Pew, who was absolutely fantastic. The bloodline for life. All these people who wanted shot of the bloodline no less than even last week. One of them who hasn't made it tonight, dare I say. We're going to have a quick look at the two matches that's been confirmed for Sunday night's main event. We're going to take a look, Dave. You're going to give us a rundown on the all-in card so far. I have a slide for it.
Yes, absolutely.
And what else have we got there? I'm going to be talking about WWE released their top 10 finishers at the moment. So we'll have a little bit of a debate about that. What other ones should be in there? What ones do we think shouldn't be in there? You know, who's stealing the show, that kind of thing. We're going to be talking, of course, it's in the thumbnail. Netflix, the right to censor have taken over Netflix, and now all the stuff is getting censored and blurred out and all this kind of stuff. And it just threw me back to the days of WWF when they were transitioning into get the F out and the WWE and how they used to blur out the turnbuckles and everything and all that kind of stuff. Crazy stuff. So we'll go through a little bit of that. I also went on and I asked ChatGPT, I know everyone doesn't necessarily like that, to create their ultimate card.
Oh, nice.
So we will take a look at that and give our views on that. And maybe as an exercise for next week, we might put together our own ultimate cards. But it was a very interesting exercise, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. There's some really good ones in there that I came up with as well. You know? So we'll take a few comments first, and then we'll get stuck into it. Anto first. Lads. Is the top the best and the second?
So like you'd have
from kind of
number
most
one.
influential to least influential, but not necessarily the ones on the bottom of my list. You know, there's some serious names in there.
Yeah,
you know,
they've been in there, but they're
influence.
not as big as Cena or Hogan or Dwayne, you know, but they're still in around there. Anyway.
Yeah, interesting. So, Claire, don't be telling people. Absolutely not.
Claire doesn't want to be associated with Sharon.
I have to say, folks, it's quite autumnal out there this evening. I would have said. It's certainly not summery weather. That's evaporated a little bit. Baz is in. Evening, lads. What's the crack? Happy birthday, Darren and Anto. There we go. I love the USO boys in this Raw. Yeah, they were absolutely quality. We will get to talk to them. And lads, I have to say, Solo is a top man. Come on, lads, join the redemption arc if you like. Right, let's talk about let's get on to Raw. Let's talk about Raw, and then we'll come back to the exercise that the boys gave us. Where am I? Skip that one there. Right. Sorry, skipped another one, actually. Not even on the Raw slide. There we go. Right, Keith, kick us off. Raw.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed Raw this week. The start of it, I know Bren wasn't a fan of the start of it, to be honest with you, but
two out of 10, yeah?
That's what I was thinking. I didn't want to say it.
I liked it. I thought it was a good slow burner what they're doing with Stephanie and Becky as well. And to be honest, I'm not trying to be biased here, but is it me or Stephanie getting a small bit better on the mic? Like a small bit better, it feels like. That's what it feels like to me. But then it's just me. No, I enjoyed it.
It's not the voice you're listening to, Keith. Let's be honest there.
Yeah.
It's not the voice you're listening to. It's what you're
He was
looking at.
He was looking at the mic, all right. He was looking at the mic.
If you had to turn around to me and said, if you had to turn around and said, is Stephanie getting nicer around the eye, I would have accepted that. Tell her on the mic. That's a stretch.
Well, I felt like a small bit anyways, but look, I like the start of it. I like what they're doing with the build-up between the two girls and all the three girls in general. And I like the backstage segment that he had as well with Stephanie and Becky. I thought that was a good altercation as well. And then I loved the Braun Breaker and Obafemi. The Obafemi, when he was trying to do his impression on Braun Breaker, was hilarious. Just a little thing I thought was brilliant. I love the actual build-up that they're doing with it, and with Paul Heyman saying that like he's 40 years in the business. You know, you don't just have a match straight away and all this. I thought that was pretty cool. I love the Chad Gable match with Rey Mysterio. I thought that was very, very good. Like they did build up Rey to actually looking like he was going to win it. And I thought for 1 second he actually was going to win it for 1 second, but it was a really, really good showing of a match. Didn't really care about the whole big cast stuff. I'm being honest with you, kind of zoned out over that. I just kind of jarring out at the stage with him each week doing the same thing. I love the ending, lads, to the whole bloodline thing, because there's a few things, the things that they were putting on the Usos, and you see like Jacob in the background not happy with that at all. Sorry, just singing that there. You can see that was pretty cool as well. And then obviously there's a whole turn on Solo to Roman Reigns, the big massive pop that he got as well. That was pretty cool as well. And then just Jacob just sitting there in the background, just like just absorbing everything in. I thought he actually one stage when LA Knight was talking to Jacob, I thought Roman's probably either going to hit Jacob or something's going to happen there, just for a little swerve or something. But no, but great ending to it, I have to say. The whole AAA matches, yeah, some of them were good. Again, like it's just another tournament, so I'm not really too bothered by it. Overall, lads, I'd give the show about like 7 out of 10. To be honest, enjoyed it.
Oh man, I thought you were going to say 2. I swear to God, you should have said 2.
I enjoyed Raw this week.
Sean O.
Full screening for this.
No need to. Look, sort of Raw. First of all, I'm loving Becky and Stephanie. I think that's fantastic. Was I pushed on Stephanie coming back at the start? No, just because I didn't know what to do. And now that I'm seeing Liv, Becky, and Stephanie, I think it's great. Does that make me like Liv Morgan anymore? not even in the slightest bit. Don't like her one bit. We've been over this. I'm not going to go into a rant. The worst women's world champion of all time. And I'll leave it at that. But Javon Evans and JD McDonough, fantastic match. And it can't be said enough how underrated JD McDonough is. Fantastic in the ring. And only giving him a match every few weeks, I think, is absolute bull crap. I think he should be on TV every week and have a match most weeks, in my opinion. Rhea Phoenix and El Fiscal, I actually really enjoyed that match. And I know I said I wasn't too keen on this whole AAA Roman Reigns tournament, but I've actually quite enjoyed it so far, to be honest. And I'm not afraid to admit I was completely wrong. Because I am enjoying it. Braun and Oba, nothing's piquing my interest really, if I'm being honest. But last night I thought it was quite good. Happy Sol Ruka won, but I'm sad Lyra lost. I feel like WWE planned turning her heel and then just didn't have any plans after that. And I think that's what's really set them up for failure and set Lyra's character up for failure, if I'm being honest. And then pushing her down to main event just didn't help things. But overall, I thought it was a great match, and I'm kind of hoping we get maybe some sort of feud out of it, and maybe that leading to one of them getting back to the IC title. Dragon Lee versus Dr. Wagner Jr. Enjoyed that match very much too. And I'm liking seeing all the Mexican wrestlers, because we know Mexican wrestlers bring an absolute banger of a style to WWE, and it's something that's not seen enough, in my opinion. And Chad Gable and Rey Mysterio, absolutely fantastic match, in my opinion. I think it's fair to say.
So, I'm not laughing at you, Sean.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you. Yes, finally, someone who I agree with, because these lads don't know ball. They just see Liv Morgan and the Love Hearts come out and they're like, "Oh,
she's great, Sean. Would you stop?"
What do you mean? What do you?
Worst
Sorry.
women's world champion of all time, as
Nikki Bella.
You know,
Anyway,
she's doing
what
her
were you
job
saying?
though, Sean. When you actually hate that, so she's actually doing her job. Because you hate her.
Listen, I've no problem. I'll just sit back. I listened to all this bullshit about Solo 8 months ago. It's all good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just getting to that because yes, I like Solo now. Am I on the bloodline train 100%? But
you should have tuned in on Sunday night. The lads were talking about the Undertaker and Buried Alive matches and all. That's what you want to be tuning into. If you can't see the good of Liv Morgan, tune into the Buried Alive show. Honestly, seriously, keep on going. You're just digging deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Keep going.
I've got a golden shovel. Folks. Look, as I said, I'm on board with the bloodline train now. But does that mean I want a long reign with the world heavyweight title for Roman Reigns? Absolutely not. Not as long as last time. Too much. I think it ruined the bloodline the last time. So look, let's keep it at maybe not a short reign, but a decent reign, not 3 years. And look, let's go bloodline. Let's go Solo Sikoa. Yes, bow. Let's go.
If I'm, I'd like to address this comment, Claire, because literally of all the women that were in the ring, I would say that our girl Liv Morgan probably has the smallest set of tidbitties out of all of them. So certainly we are not tuning in just for that, being honest.
How do you know?
But there you go, each their own, because these are the kind of things I look at, I am a male man. Why wouldn't I? What's the crack, Noel and panel? Who do you think is next for the Usos and Seth? Big up Daz. For the Usos, you're probably going to get some combination of Solo and LA Knight, and probably Jacob will step out of the shadow as well eventually. Anto in with a super chat. Anto, I'm only reading this because it's your birthday. Forget about the super chat. I'm only reading this because it's your birthday, bud. Liv is terrible champion of all time. Haha, love. We need Liv, Becky, and Stephanie in a triple threat.
Yes, we do.
Terrible
We need
champion.
Becky and Stephanie as the
Are,
next
are we all
champions.
forgetting about Kelly?
Better
I know
than
you're,
Liv Morgan.
I know you're not.
Like,
Well, it's not like Kelly
Terrible
was
wrestler.
one thing, but Sean is an advocate for Nikki Bella.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
No, I know.
worst champion of all
Oh,
time.
here
Somebody
we
who
fucking
can't
go
wrestle to this
again.
day.
But like,
Let it go, Brian.
Like, I'm
Let
just
it
gonna say
go.
this, right? I'm gonna say this.
Can't
Sean,
say that, though.
Sean, you said something, and then Claire jumped in. A pair of boobies, right?
Big old band.
No, I look at Liv. I look at Liv, and I think, man, you've
Pair
got
of
worse bags
boobies.
under your eyes
Pair
than
of
me.
boobies.
Bags under your eyes than me. That's the first thing I think of when I see Liv. I think get some fucking eye cream on them bad boys. You know what I mean?
Different
But, like,
bags.
She is
Different bags.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think of the phone bags. I think of the eye bags. You know, but she is a talented wrestler, and she. Keto, you said it exactly. You all hate her because she's doing her job. You hate her. Like, I see her coming down. I see her listen to that Poxy song, fucking, and then I listen to the
Great song. It's a
I know.
super song.
We
It's a great
hate
song.
her
Listen.
because she's
Did you hear someone in the crowd
shite.
saying her song sucks? It was
Great
hilarious.
song. Listen,
Her song is
the way she rounded us up,
fantastic.
the way
I
she rounded
she
us up
is
is
I
very
love her
simple.
song.
She is
I
doing
don't like Liv
everything
Morgan.
she
but I
is
love her
doing
song.
everything. She is doing everything she needs to do, and she's talented, and you cannot deny she's talented.
I
You
can
just don't-
Was it
very
not the
much
great?
so.
Was it?
Liv
was it not
Morgan
the great
hasn't
Triple
been-
H? Go ahead.
Go on.
I was going to say Liv Morgan hasn't been talented since 2023 when she held the SmackDown Women's title. Because let's be realistic here, what has she done since that's been of any
Enough.
interest?
Sometimes I wonder at the fact that you did a women's wrestling show on this channel. Honestly, I really do. Sometimes I question things. Really do. Triple H has come out and said this girl is on a trajectory to be one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. So I'll take
Right.
his opinion over anyone else's, to be honest. You know. So there we go.
Fair point.
You know.
Mind
Right,
you, if
Dave.
you don't like what you're seeing, just
sir.
enjoy it.
Yes,
just
boss.
enjoy it. Stop criticizing it.
That comes from the man who says that every show, every PLE is going to be in the history books. It's going to be a game changer. It's going to be the greatest show of all time. And you believe
Well, in
that?
theory, in theory, every PLE does go into the history books.
There you go, Sean. So on that
Touche.
wonderful note, right? On that
Touche.
wonderful note, Brian, first of all, glad to see you use the microphone again. Good on you, lad. Can hear you absolute crisp. Absolute crisp. Raw, look, I'll start off with the tournament because I'll be honest with you, I don't care. I don't give a toss. It's nothing against the wrestlers, it's nothing against the talent or the business. I don't watch AAA. I'm not invested. It's not for me. You know, the tournament not really and I'm invested in, so it doesn't really mean anything to me.
Third best promotion on the planet.
True,
After TNA
true.
and WWE. Go ahead.
Anyway, like Keith said, Big Cass couldn't give a toss. He's doing the same thing he got fired 4 years ago. Nobody's interested. The Liv Raquel and Becky thing. I'm looking forward to and hope that's a long-standing storyline because the three of them are absolutely knocking it out of the park. I'm definitely 100% invested because, as I said to Keaton, as I said to all of you before, when this first kicked off as a storyline, as long as them three are on television every week, I'm keeping up with it. I don't want any of them not there 1 week, there the next week, whatever it is. As long as they're there consistently, happy days. I am fully invested in that. I'm liking. I know I said that I don't give a toss about the tournament, but I am intrigued that they've gone the route of brother versus brother for the final potentially with Penta against Ray Fenix. So that could be an interesting little anecdote for that match. Like I said, I don't care about the tournament, but if you're giving me Ray Fenix against Penta, you kind of can't turn your nose up at that match, can you? With Braun and Oba, I thought Paul Heyman's promo on selling the match was not only genius, but he's fucking bang on the money. You do not put this match on a random episode of Raw. You treat it like a Muhammad Ali versus whoever it is match, not to that level, but you treat it as a main event and you promote it as a main event and you keep people waiting. And then when they just can't get it enough of the waiting, you give it to them. So I thought that promo was brilliant. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm delighted for Keith.
The way Braun turned around and he caught Heyman shaking Oba Femi's hand and all, and the look he getting. was really,
loved it.
really
Loved it.
good.
I think Paul Heyman's doing a great job with these two, and especially I think behind the scenes, I say he's doing some work as well. How these two are gonna bounce off each other. But I'm delighted on one aspect is because next week we have a contract signing, and I know how much Keith loves contract signings. I know how much he's excited to stay up and watch that one live. Keith loves a contract signing. But yeah, look, Chad Gable and Rey Mysterio, I actually thought they booked this a little bit wrong. And the only reason I thought they booked this wrong is because I think they gave Rey Mysterio way too many hope spots. I think they were building the crowd up for a Rey Mysterio win, because if you notice when Chad won it, the crowd went a bit flat after, and I thought, maybe they couldn't have gone maybe they put too much weight behind Rey in this match, and maybe it kind of dampened Chad's kind of place in that match a little bit. But look, it was a good match all the same. I absolutely loved it. You can't go wrong with them two. Roman Reigns, let's face it, Niall, look, I was worried Solo was just going to bend over like Jacob did, and we're going to end up fucking throwing him in the toilet. Thank the fucking Lord. He Samoan spiked Roman Reigns. Thank the fucking Lord.
No one was as concerned as me, Dave, because I just got the new Bloodline shirts in, and Solo wasn't on them. So I was the most one here.
But look,
Hey,
yes.
Did you see the bit?
Yeah, the pew pew and the whole thing.
I thought the camera angle for that was bad. They should have changed the camera angle for that.
Nah.
For me, just
all right.
I know. Just you want to see a bit of angle,
look,
angle to it.
I get it.
You know?
I get it.
Each to their own. But look, I think we're staring down the barrel of a War Games Civil War match between the Usos, Roman Reigns, Solo and Jacob, and Zilla Fatu, and whatever two random Samoans they can bring in from the Indies just for a couple of weeks to fill the
Who? Did you just mention another Samoan there? Who's that other Samoan you mentioned?
I don't know. There's a whole list of them out there. There's about 50 of them on the Indies. I don't know. They're breeding like rabbits. It's just the bloodline is just keeping. Look, Jimmy just gave birth to one. He's probably waiting for him to hit 18 before he can put them in the bloody bloodline. But yeah, overall, Raw 5 out of 10. There was a lot I didn't really care about. But I enjoyed what I did watch, the start, the end, and the middle segments with Braun and Oba and Chad Gable. So,
Dave,
yeah.
when you were growing up, were you a Power Ranger guy?
Yeah, I actually still have my original Megazord up in the attic.
So I think, so when you were watching El Fiscal,
He looked like the Power Ranger,
the Black Power Ranger. Did
anything? Well, so he was dressed as a Power Ranger. Now it was just, I was just like, this is amazing. He's a Power Ranger. Anyway, shut up, Bren. All right, go on. Sorry, no.
Daz did ask me a question there in the chat, but I'll get back to him because it is an AEW question. So when we're doing the kind of match card for All In and look through, I'll
we'll
answer that question.
Yeah, I thought that's best. Yeah, absolutely. Liv is by far the best on the roster, by the way, Uncle. Big Cass is a pox bottle. Just smash it. We did get a mention. He did get mentioned just smashing up the mid card. Have Alba and Braun knock the bollies out of him and batter each other.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
The only thing I'd say about the whole big Cass thing is we seen this coming. We knew they were going to do this. Yeah. We called it before they came. I know I said it as well. I do want to bring up something about the big Cass thing if I can bring it up now. I brought it up on the channel earlier on. Listen, this is the Corey Graves. You've got a job. Do your job. The past is the past. Whatever happened, I don't care who was a scumbag. I don't care who did what. But the bleeding cheek of you to go radio silent and not put over somebody who's trying his best to come in and make it. Corey Graves, I love you. I love Corey Graves. But that is unprofessional and it's bullshit.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about Big Cass?
Yeah. I'm talking about Corey. So Corey Graves comes down, right?
Yeah.
Listen to the commentary. Big Cass goes radio silent. He's done it for the last few weeks, and every now and again he'll pipe up and he'll big up Javon Evans, and it's being noticed as well. He said, and it's because some.
Didn't he say Big Cass is going to get what's coming to him? Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well,
I do see that.
And it's ridiculous. Yeah. Like you're not paid.
Why do you think he's wrong?
Because his job and his personal life are two separate things. I understand that something happened there. I don't know the full details. I'm not going to go into.
It was his wife and the mother of his child.
Not at the time.
But even at that, Niall, even at that, you are a paid commentator. You are there to do your job. Your job is to put over talent. Personal grudges aside, that's like me going into work tomorrow and because of a personal grudge of somebody, just loafing them in the face and kicking the shit out of them all around the office. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put that aside and I'm going to get on with the job and I'm going to get the job done to the best of my ability.
So you got to are you going to big the guy up and mention him for future promotions and like big him up and all that kind of stuff? Yeah.
As a WWE commentator, I would do my job, or else I'd go back to AAA, shut me mouth, and maybe even go back to NXT. And
that guy shouldn't even be back there. That guy shouldn't even be back there in the first place.
So
let's be honest.
Apparently, it was physical violence, Brand. Just to put it out there, according to
I know
physical violence.
I know, right? And that's disgusting. And there's no place for it. But here's the facts. The fact is, WWE took him on again. That's their decision. When your manager does something that you don't like, you have to work and you have to get on with it. And it's no different. It's absolute bullshit and it's unprofessional. That's just how I feel on it.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like he's been brought in whether we like it or not. I think he should have been brought in with Enzo. I didn't get that. And his last run was shit. This run will be shit. And guess what? He'll be canned in the next year. So Corey Graves, be professional and do your job. And I love Corey Graves. I think he's probably one of the best commentators in the world today. But yeah. Anyway,
Anyway, what's the hemorrhoids thoughts?
Brent, come on.
They just make it awkward.
Brent was about to give us his thoughts. He was up too.
I thought you just did.
Brent.
No, you're gonna do
okay, go ahead, Ed. Go ahead, Ed.
No, well, yeah, all right.
No,
well, you fire away, Ed.
Go on, you're fine.
Right. Well, I, look, everybody said what they needed to say. I want to get that off my chest about what's his face, Corey Graves. So I love very, very dearly.
Got off your chest today. Did no one watch it? You got off your chest today. Did no one watch it?
No, they didn't. Thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for bringing up the fact I don't get any viewers.
I watched
it.
You did.
Oh, thanks, lads. But no, look. Everybody said what they needed to say about Raw like that. I agree with mostly everything. I thought the best match on the card was Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable. I'm not a massive Rey Mysterio guy, as everybody knows, but I thought they absolutely stole the show. And the main event, I hate when people say this is cinema, but boy, Jesus, was that cinema. And I think, like Noel, you've been saying it for months, Solo Sikoa was absolutely phenomenal throughout the whole thing. And I'm talking about from walking from the back out to the ring. He was brilliant. And you know who else was brilliant? Jacob.
Hey.
And here's the deal. I think we've been wrong about Jacob. I think that what they did with Jacob a few weeks ago, I was pissed off as well. But this is going to pay off in a major
100%.
way.
This is like Solo Sikoa is everything Cody should have been. Like, I mean,
I didn't say anything about Cody.
Okay, what?
Get off of Instagram. Get off of Instagram and listen. I did not say anything about Cody. You're live on a podcast. Listen, like I said, the main event was brilliant, and it was just missing our QB1. That was it. It was just missing our QB1.
Had they on the main event?
There it is.
Had they have had a Cody in there, it would have been brilliant. But lads, I agree with
fantastic.
I've said all I needed to say. The Power Ranger was great. Ed, my apologies. I didn't mean to kind of hijack your little segment there.
All good.
Fire away, my man.
So at the end of the day, when you go last, when you're being asked about Raw, you can't really add much to it. So I agree with everything that was said. It was good. It was very good. The only one thing I will say is I do agree with Keith about Stephanie Becker. She is getting bigger. Not better, bigger. And it's great.
Oh,
so
Ed, what's your thoughts on our physical shape anyway? What's your thoughts there?
Fantastic.
Great stuff.
Fantastic. But yeah, no, Raw for me was good. Again, like said, Solo was fantastic. Look, at the end of the day, Roman Reigns is brilliant. He's great. You know what I mean? It was great. It was a good Raw for me. I enjoyed it.
Ed, if Roman Reigns was taken out of the main event tomorrow, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Do you agree with what Conrad Thompson said? Conrad Thompson, just to keep everyone up to speed, Conrad Thompson said if Roman Reigns was taken out tomorrow and he was taken out of history, it wouldn't make a damn difference. Do you agree or disagree?
Would make a difference.
No, that's a disagreement.
That's That's that Conrad Thompson
the
is
mo-
just trying to
the-
get some clickbait there. That's
Who-
all that is. That is a
the
ridiculous thing to say.
mortgage guy. The mortgage
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
Oh,
JR's grilling friend. Go out. No, that's
We'd have a
that's-
full-time roster.
That's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous.
I'd like to add, though, by the way, if you want to see QB1 on SmackDown, you have to actually go to the show because it's normally a dark match these days, just saying. I didn't say the dark match, though, but I heard the dark match was decent.
No, I love
Eddie
the
Graves keeps
Raw
his mouth
itself.
shut rather than saying, yeah, that's fact.
Fantastic.
Fact, absolutely.
Whoop, whoop.
I mean, overall, as you know, I'm really enjoying the tournament for different reasons to everyone else. I just think something really good is going to come out of it. I thought Braun and Oba. I'm very intrigued about this because I think we could get a double switcheroo on this. We could get a face heel turn here, switching up on this maybe. So this could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just think
they should put. I just think they should put Heyman in a cage 20 feet above the ring. Like, when it gets Heyman.
I think Oba Femi really needs Heyman. He needs a manager. I think. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important to level him up. I think Braun is okay in his own. Sol Ruka and Lyra, I thought was a little bit weird. You know, they're trying to sell us this Lyra as a heel, and yet she's just getting blasted around the place. I don't know if they're trying to test her metal. She's she's underneath the stage, and she's underneath the stage, and she's trying to like talk to herself and trying to make sense of things and stuff like that. It's kind of like nearly like a bipolar personality breakdown kind of thing and stuff. So it's kind of weird what they're doing with her, and I would be worried about this insofar as sometimes you get saddled with these type of gimmicks, and it's very hard to shed them and come back from them sometimes. So I'd be a little bit worried about it, you know, that kind of way. I really don't get the whole big cast thing. I don't know why they brought him back. I don't know what the plans is for him. I don't know why he's just kicking the shit out of these guys all the time, week in, week out. It doesn't make any sense to me. I thought Chad and Ray was amazing, and the Bloodline section, that segment just blew it out of the park. Liv, Raquel, Roxanne, Becky, and Stephanie, I thought it was excellent overall. I thought the girls are doing a stellar job, and I'm very interested to see where this goes. But as I said, the Bloodline, Solo, LA Knight, all that kind of stuff, I thought it was brilliant. Really, really good episode of Raw. As Dave said earlier, they're really mounting up to Phoenix versus Penta, which I think is going to be really, really cool. But ultimately, I think it's Penta's moment to face Roman Reigns. And I think either win, lose, or draw in that event, I think it'll be the leveling up of Penta into that top tier then at that stage. He'll be recognized for that. So overall, I think a really solid Raw. Really, really good. Plenty of wrestling on it, even if a lot of it is caught up in this tournament. But this is one of those tournaments that I'm not too upset with at all. I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. That's my overall thoughts on it. Anyone else? Anything else to add? No. Okay. I think we've kind of touched on the next one, which is the Sunday night's main event, which we're going to be covering in a watch along. It's on the channel, folks. But already we have the two. I'm going to actually take this out because it's blocking the slide. There we go. Two really, really good matches already, and I don't know if I've missed any others that have been announced, but I found these two anyway. I think Cody and Randy Orton is going to be sensational. It'll be a generational match, I think. And I think Oba Femi versus Braun Breaker with the input of Heyman now makes it really, really intriguing as to what they're going to do. And don't forget, hit the bell notification, folks, on that one because
we're going to be a DQ
along for that one.
In that match.
I don't think so. I think you're going to get a switching up though. I think you're going to see Heyman. You know, I know he's kind of broken away from the vision, but I think Braun Breaker still feels that Heyman is his guy that he can lean on. But I get the feeling that's not going to be the case. So it should be interesting. And I tell you, do you know something? I think Oba Femi as a heel would be absolutely brilliant with Heyman. Really would. I think if he's going to be the guy that levels up and he's the future and he's the guy that slots into that Brock Lesnar position, you know, give him Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman will shoot him to the moon. Be absolutely sensational.
If that's the case, so then if Braun Breaker turns face, then he'll have to get away from the Vision then, won't he? Because they're heel. Do you know what I mean?
He's partly doing that at this. I'd say he wants out of it anyway, sure, isn't he? And isn't he having a lot of trouble with Logan Paul, him and all off camera, legit trying to heat together and all. So he probably wants out of it anyway, and this could be the way to get out. Dave, take us through all in so far. I think I have most of us there. I might have missed some stuff. I'm not too sure, but looks pretty good. Shaping up really well at the moment, doesn't it?
Yep, absolutely. Look, it's shaping up really good. Like I said, the majority of us are going. It's going to be a blast of a weekend. It always is, no matter what you do if it's in London and it's on a weekend. Doesn't matter if it's AEW, WWE, TNA. Doesn't matter. It's always a cracking weekend because there's wrestling fans everywhere. The atmosphere is fantastic. But let's take a look at the card, because at this point, it's next week, isn't it? It's next weekend. So at this point, the card is pretty much almost set in stone. But it's AEW, so we know it's not. At the moment, there's 8 matches on the card, which means we're looking at probably about 12 over the next three shows. Obviously, I'll be at Dynamite and Collision next week, so I'll give everyone updates on what happens there, for the match card and things like that for Collision, because obviously that's on the Saturday. Willow Nightingale against Mercedes Moné. I'm hoping for a Nightingale retention. I may be wrong. Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, Niall, like you said a few weeks ago, with that promo they closed the show out with. I think they've done a great job on building this up better than what I thought it would be. They've definitely got more and more people invested in it. I'm really looking forward to that match. It's going to absolutely slap. Edge and Christian against the Young Bucks. Look, I think it's going to be a great match. The story's been done really well. There's a lot of respect between the lads. They've not done the typical heel face. I think they've done, the legacy of Edge and Christian versus the legacy of the Young Bucks. They've kind of gone the respectful angle. I'm absolutely fine with that. I can't wait for that match. Then the Casino Gauntlet. All they had to do was shoehorn MJF in there. That's it. I'm sold and done. Andrade, I'm really enjoying at the moment. I think his character's gotten over so well in AEW for this run. I think this run's been his best so far, and I think it'll continue to go up. The Continental Challenge will end in John Moxley probably retaining. When you haven't got anything to do for yourself, just create a tournament for yourself. Why not? The women's tag team, Sean, I'm going to ask your opinion on this. The AEW Women's Tag Team Championship match, Divine Dominion against Brawling Birds. I have a feeling they're going to go with Jamie Hayter and Alex Winder. Jamie Hayter, obviously, for obvious reasons. I don't know. I think this is going to be a retention.
It's hard to say. I've kind of thought about it both ways. I can see Divine Dominion retaining, as I feel, just from my point of view, that they're just that bit more over lately.
Yeah, but you think the Brawling Boards could do it from it's their, it's
home
England,
turf
it's all in, that type of way. Yeah.
But it's.
I suppose we don't know where it's going to go, do we?
We don't, and it's kind of tough because at the same time, realistically, you only have those 2 teams in the women's tag division anyway. So you can't really go wrong either way with having the Brawling Birds pick up the titles or Divine Dominion retain. I don't really think there is a wrong answer to this match, in my opinion, anyway.
Well, up after that then is Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin. This is Falls Count Anywhere for the TNT Championship, which means one of 2 things are going to happen. Darby Allin's going to get thrown off the Wembley Arch, or he's going to get shot over firework. Either way, it's going to be entertaining. There's not much else that guy can do to try and kill himself, is there? And then we have the triple threat match, which was announced, which is Kyle Fletcher, Konsuke Takeshita, and Kazuchika Okada. For the kind of New Japan fans in the chat, and for those of us who enjoy that kind of stiff Japanese style, I'd say Kyle Fletcher's going to get the shit kicked out of him, and I'm okay with that. I'd say he's going to get some stiff elbows in the jaw, and I'm hoping that's the case. But I'd say these 3 are going to put on a great match, especially Okada and Takeshita when they get in the ring together. We also happened the last time them 2 had a match. It was amazing. I think, Niall, at one point, I think you were like, that could be up for match of the year last year when they went together. Yeah. So, do you know what I mean? So if it's them 2 in the ring, you can't go wrong. I'm buzzing for this. I don't know what other matches they're going to put in there if they even need to. I don't know whether they need to, but they probably will. Because they have ROH and the 0 Hour before that. So they could throw in a trios tag match between 3 teams. That's usually on 0 Hour. And then go into the main card. So I'd say they'll have 10 matches if you include 2 on 0 Hour and then 8 on the main card. ROH beforehand. I don't normally go in for 0 Hour. I normally go in just for the main card. But yeah, look, I'm buzzing for it, and to have every one of us, bar Keith and Ed, together for this is going to be special as well.
That's why you're buzzing for it, is it?
That's fucking right.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Thanks a lot, Dave.
I'm buzzing for this trip because there's no Keith or Ed.
Those two pricks aren't coming. Don't worry, Keith. We'll go for a walk. We'll get a Costa or something.
Cute, Dave.
We'll get a Costa together, all right?
KFC.
Yeah, look, it's for to get us all together for this, and you know, because we normally don't really see each other outside of the podcast for the most part, and we've all got lives, we've all got stuff we do, we're all busy, but to get us all there in London for this is gonna be fucking savage. We can video call Keith and Ed as well from there, so they won't be fit left out.
This is the way I'll be looking up. I just go.
Yeah, obviously Anto and Sharon are going as well, and there's a couple in the chat that are going, so it's really good. I'm just looking forward to getting back down to London. I love visiting a couple of times a year, so this will be good.
Yeah,
I'm going down twice this year as well, so happy days.
I'm very excited for this. Last time All In was in London, me and Sean were at it, but it was more of a business trip. We went kind of on the morning of the show and left the morning after, so we didn't get to see Atten or do Atten. So we're staying till Wednesday, the week after. So hopefully we'll get to see a good bit, and we'll get to hang out with you a good bit. And
do it do it till the Wednesday, because you've got Rev Pro as well is on the Monday night. In the
Progress is on the
next to Progress on the Saturday.
Progress on the Monday.
Is on the Monday, then Rev Pro must be on the Saturday then. Either way, it's a whole weekend of wrestling, and there's probably some football on as well somewhere. There'll be Championship or Premier League on somewhere. One of the teams will have a match. But the last time I went down to Wembley for 2024 All In, I ended up in the Den. I ended up at a Millwall game, which was eventful to say the least.
An experience, I'd say, was it?
Jesus, Millwall.
Yes, very, very, pretty much stuck in the
mid
70s, early 80s.
Yeah, I read that themselves, and West Ham have banned half and half scarves. They're not allowed in the stadium; they'll be confiscated.
Pretty much. Don't blame them. Fucking hate those things.
Right. Next up, I found I was on the X machine, as Bren would say, the TikTok machine, and I came across WWE had ranked their top 10 finishers. So I thought we should absolutely have a look at this.
Here we go.
What are they, mate? I can't see them there.
Gonna say them.
Can you put a big screen?
You're gonna say you now, but I can indeed.
Please.
Just give me 1 second here now.
Are they the top 10 finishers at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
it's not about time.
Well, I can already tell you something. They got it fucking wrong anyway. I mean, Fall from Grace. Sorry, Batista did it better than me. Just saying. That sit down powerbomb's been done to death. Riptide, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit of a variation of pump handle slam. Not going to disagree with that.
It's the Road Dogs finisher.
No, but she does it. She does it different in the end to the Road Dog. It's not a normal pump handle slam though. She finishes off.
I'd like if she did a sit out. If she did like a sit out Riptide, flip them up, and then kind of went down into it.
It's a little difficult to do it that way, but
the Mexican muscle buster is deadly.
It's
quality.
But it's nothing on Samoa Joe's muscle buster. Fuck that for a laugh.
Ask Tyson Kidd.
You want to talk about muscle busters? That chap will crush you like a can. That's nothing on.
So like I'm just looking there, right? The OG cutter and the Soul Snatcher, they're the same moves. There's just there's just a backflip there. No, hang on, there's just a backflip in there.
Well, front flip.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, do you know what I mean? There's a bit more.
Backflip, yeah, right.
But at the end of the day, RKO, Randy Orton, or the Diamond.
100%, isn't it?
Like all these lads doing quarters and all. They don't come
Diamond Dallas Page.
And the worst one is the Cody cutter.
Apart from the Cody cutter, it's got to be the RKO, doesn't it?
For me, it's DDP. It's the Diamond Cutter for me.
Well, no, you're just saying that because you want to try to be old school, but DDP didn't do a fantastic Diamond Cutter.
But it looked more brutal. It did it more brutal than it did to the
out of nowhere.
No, Randy Orton went to DDP and said, "I'm taking that move and I'm going to make it famous," and he did. You know.
He did.
Can anyone think of any current finisher on either roster at the moment that should be in there that isn't in there?
Curb stomp.
Curb Kirk
the F5's retired, mate. There's actually, you know what's funny? There's a female wrestler in AEW who's doing the Mark Merrow's old TKO at the moment. I forgot all about it till she done it. I was like, oh,
who does it?
That's a throwback.
Can we talk about TNA as well, Noel? Like Dolph Ziggler doing the Famouser. That's another great one as well. That should be up there.
That is a great one, yeah.
Current finishers, if you just take WWE in there, I would say Samoan Spike should be on there. I mean, crushing someone's throat with a thumb is fucking pretty brutal.
No.
Tongue and death grip, you're just pinching a nerve.
I thought of a good one, but it's not a current one. It's a former one.
Don't need any current, Sean. God's sake.
No, but this one's a good one. Does anyone remember when Toni Storm was in NXT? She had a move called the Storm 1 DDT. Freaking class. It looked deadly. Check it up. You might remember it now, but check it up. It is a class finisher. The Storm 1 DDT. Freaking class.
Yeah, have a look.
Anto's right. Anto's right. Stone Cold Stunner. Owen Stunner's there. He's on the roster. It's current.
Yeah, true. That's a great one.
Vaquero Inferno is a class one.
Fall from Grace shouldn't be number one. Braun Breaker's Spear should be number one because let's be fair,
I agree.
It's amazing.
Got to go to sleep.
It's very hard to make a spear unique, isn't it? And that's what I love about Braun Breaker.
He's done it
because all he does is literally, instead of in the ring, he runs, connects with the shoulder and down. He just throws his whole body at them. Take this.
Exactly.
And that's why I love Goldberg's. Goldberg's is literally a football tackle.
That's
an American football tackle.
Goldberg was fantastic. But Braun Breaker is taking it to the next step. You know, I love it. I love Edge, but when they had Edge and Goldberg on Raw at the same time and they're both doing spears, and Batista was doing a spear. Edge shouldn't have become close. Do you know what I mean? Like
Edge should have done the executioner.
Execution,
you know what I mean? That should have been his finisher.
Remember the TNA lads, Monty Brown with the pounce. Remember in the 6-sided ring, he used to be absolutely cool.
That was quality as well. Unbelievable.
Remember he used to hit lads and nearly knock them into the third row.
Brilliant.
Unbelievable, Monty Brown. Unbelievable.
There is finishes out there across the different promotions. There is probably finishes that we'd love to put in there, but because it's current roster, it's what WWE's top 10 is. I think Ed is bang on the money. Braun Breaker Spear should be top of the list there. RKO should be second because it's still current. 100%. It's still on the roster.
100%.
We know why Obafemi gets voted number one.
Of course,
we know how controlled.
It's pushing him first. At the end of the day, lads, right? The top three finishers from that list alone should be the Spear, the Muscle Buster, and the where's it gone on me? The Destroyer. No, the Destroyer. The Mexican on that list there is what I'm saying.
See, the Mexican Destroyer's gone the way the super kick. I think everyone's fucking doing it now. It used to be a banned move. It used to be a banned move, and nobody's like, now all of a sudden, fucking everyone's doing it. It's annoying me. It's like the super kick. You know, it used to be unique, and then everyone started throwing them around. The Usos can't even connect with theirs half the time.
It's still a great move. Do you know what I mean?
It is.
So that should be top three. Fall from Grace.
Goldust does a great.
Here's Goldust again.
Does a phenomenal
Jesus,
Destroyer.
No.
He does. Goldust did a great Destroyer
when
in AEW.
No, he wasn't Goldust. Sorry, that's WWE's gimmick.
Fair enough. You're dead right.
You know.
Sorry.
But the
Shattered Days, that's another great shot. End of Days is another great
the Shattered Dreams is the most realistic finisher in the history of wrestling. Kick somebody in the fucking knob and balls. They're going down for the tree.
But
Noel, what do you think is missing?
Go to sleep for me is missing.
I mean, they're all kind of just variations of something else, really, aren't they? When you think about it, so I don't know. It didn't occur to me anything that's really missing, and I didn't take too much credence out of the ranking, from Grace. It looks very impressive when you're picking up someone like Brock Lesnar, but it doesn't look too impressive when you're doing to sell it a week later. But there you go, that's just me, but I'm happy enough with the list. They've rattled off most of the key people in there and stuff like that. And who they haven't rattled off, maybe they did the listing.
Honorable mention.
Johnny Gargano's one final beat. I know it's only a DDT, but it's one of my favorite.
Who? Sorry, he's been lying down for the past 6 months in catering. Anyway,
actually, just backstage, not even in catering.
Doesn't even get the catering.
He has to DoorDash his own
Yeah,
food.
it's-
They don't even give him catered.
Like, there's one
it's
thing I want to say.
interesting.
Sorry, no. Go on, mate. Sorry.
No, go ahead, go on.
No, it's just
No, they didn't mention
just
CM
not
Punk. Anto said CM Punk's GTS. Yeah.
And look,
the
I'm not
guys.
just saying it. The Crossroads. The Crossroads is a good move.
Look, the
It is
Crossroads.
actually
Look,
cool.
It's a good move.
I'll admit it. The Crossroads is something a little different from everything else, and it is a legit.
exactly.
It's like sister. It's kind of like Sister Abigail done differently, but
Mhm.
yeah, you're right. It is good, and it is more unique move.
Stephanie's
I'm not
move
gonna
is very
do-
good.
What
as well.
about Pete Dunne's one? What was that called again?
Who? Oh, you mean Bravo?
Pete Dunne's. Pete, yeah. him.
Los Americanos. Sí.
What was Pete Dunne's finisher called? Shit.
It was
I
something
can't
bitter.
remember.
The bitter was
Bitter ending. Bittersweet.
bitter
No,
ending.
that's-
That's what it
I'm not
was.
too
bitter
sure they
ending.
get to hit it in WWE.
NXT UK was the last time I think he hit
NXT
that.
UK was
That
the
was
shit. NXT UK was the best.
Is because he hasn't wrestled solo in a long time, but is Damian Priest finisher? Is that not the Razor's Edge,
Yeah,
or is that?
Well,
Yeah.
he
it
used
is,
to
isn't
do.
it?
He used to do
Because
the crossroads. He used to do
That's
the crossroads.
phenomenal. That is
because
The-
Rhea Ripley
the-
does the same thing. She does the Razor's Edge as well, but it's not finisher. It's just a signature.
Interesting, but it's a great move. It's visually, and boy Jesus, that would break your neck. Like,
Was it not the
At
Celtic
least get-
Cross? Did Sheamus not use it as
It
the Celtic
was,
Cross
yeah.
as well?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah.
Just fucking everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
But I just want to say, you know about Javon Evans doing the OG cutter? Really cool and all, but can you see how he lands in his lower back all the time?
He's going to be more crippled than Randy Orton is now at
He's-
28. You know that?
He's going to be the next
Right?
Dynamite Kid. He is going to be the next Dynamite Kid.
No, he's
I
not,
reckon.
because the next Dynamite Kid is actually an AEW.
He'll be the next Marco Stunt. Who's that?
No, but like, you know, I mean that's why everyone thinks that OG cutter is so good.
Would
the
you-
way he does it? He jumps off because he's killing himself.
Because Noel said something similar about Sol Ruker a while ago. That she didn't say, it looked like that her style could basically injure or shorten her career. Would you feel the same way about Sol Ruker as you do?
Yeah, I would. Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, well, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
fair enough,
actually.
yeah.
And it's only when you said that, because the way she works, she's great as well. But she's gonna injure us. Like, they've already said she's unsafe in the ring as is with all that. You know what I mean?
Did they?
It came out a while ago that she was unsafe.
Ah,
Someone
no
said
way.
she was unsafe. But look, again, this is what they have to do to get to the level they're at. But like, it's dangerous to see. And sorry, I forgot to say. Go on, Noel. Sorry, you go on. Mike.
No, go on. You're in mid-flow there. Go on.
No, I just was meant to say the coup de grace should be up there at number 1 as well. By the way, sorry, that's just fantastic.
Pedigree.
Rock Attack 2.0.
Pedigree, phenomenal as well.
No,
Pedigree
I was
is-
going to say with Sol Ruka's style as well. One thing I'm saying now in the matches as well, opponents are having to spend an awful lot of time getting into position in a kind of a contrived kind of way for her to deliver her style. I thought the match against Lyra last night kind of showed up that style a little bit, that it doesn't kind of flow one into the other, and you're expecting your opponent to be in a position where the bits that tie it all together don't lend itself to put your opponent into that position to hit that soul snatcher or whatever it is. So you're saying it with Lyra yesterday. She was
She had to stand
literally
back.
crawling into that soul. Yeah, she had to get into that position for her. And it's quite obvious to see it. So they need to find a way through a little bit of, I don't know, chain wrestling or whatever way they want to tie it together. Find some way of knitting it all together so it doesn't look as if I'm just stomping across into the corner to take.
So you're
this
saying it's
punch.
hokey,
And it-
looking hokey.
yeah, well, not even in a hokey way, but just in a way that's not believable. You know what I mean? And I know, look, we know it's a dance partner and it's all put together and stuff like that, and it's a dance. But I think a dance has to flow. And I think last night the one thing about the Lyra match is it didn't seem to flow, and I don't think it was on either of the girls. I think it's just when you're up against something
It's
like
the
Sol
style,
Ruka,
though.
if you, it's the style as
styles.
well, and sometimes styles clash. But I think for a lot of her opponents, they're going to have to try and find themselves into a position for her to deliver a lot of the stuff that she does. So it's interesting from that point of view, but we shall see. Anto came in with the rock bottom, great shout.
Yeah,
great shout.
Oh, the
Absolutely.
bookend. The bookend.
Manhandle slam.
That's it. Right, let's talk about. We'll keep it at this size actually, so people can see it. Let's talk about Netflix. How are we feeling about Netflix at the moment with all this sanitizing? We've seen a lot of it in the recent times.
Can I ask a question to everybody? Because what happens to me is, right, when it goes to 60 seconds left, my screen goes black on Netflix. Is that just me?
That's just you.
The entire screen goes black, and you can hear the audio, and and you're like, what, am I missing something here? Is something going on? Is this part of it? But it's happened for the past 3 weeks on SmackDown, Raw,
That's
NXT. It just goes, is it really? Yeah, all right, I'll shut up then.
No, I don't think it is, because I've seen that as well, Brent. Being honest, I've noticed when it goes black as well. And what I've noticed as well with the censoring, I was watching the JD McDonough match today. They're outside the ring, and then the next it kind of stopped and went, and they're inside the ring. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I saw that as well. Actually, yeah, it was a bit weird.
You know, and it's frustrating because I don't get to stay. Hello, sorry, my daughter was just there. I don't get to stay up and watch it live. I have to watch it the next day, and it's frustrating. Sure. It's frustrating to watch it. I mean, it's on Netflix for a reason. Netflix is like they don't do that with like the likes of Sicario, the movies they're on. So I don't know why it's being done now. It's quite annoying. It's like back when you were watching on Sky One at 11 o'clock back in the day. You know what I mean?
Well, it feels. Do you know what felt weird with me as well? It's not just like I get it if they want to do some stuff with the blood and that kind of thing. Like, but these guys are in cage matches and stuff like that where it's called for. But what really annoyed me was when they took that line out from Becky's promo. And what happens is you're coming in and the crowd are popping like crazy for the line, and you don't get the line delivered to you. So you're a bit. You have a crowd here popping for nothing really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're trying to figure it out. It feels really, really weird. Also, you've seen it with the Lesnar show, talk shit, get hit, you know, and that kind of thing. Royce Keys, we've seen it as well. And I don't know. There just seems to be a lot of it. And look, I only picked a few examples. There's loads. But it's just like, a little bit concerning, you know what I mean? And do you know what I'm also concerned about as well? So many wrestlers at the moment that we're not even getting entrances for. If you look at that match the other night, what was it, Javon Evans and JD McDonough? Two boys are just in the ring.
They're just there, yeah.
They're just there, like, you know what I mean? So, like, it really devalues the lads. If you're trying to get guys over, like, you know, JD and Javon Evans and stuff like that, you have to make it feel like it's a big deal. We said the same thing when Carmelo Hayes came back. Remember, he didn't get an entrance, and then suddenly he was just in the ring, and we were going. And then you could hear the pin drop. No one cared about the match. It's kind of weird that way for me. You know what I mean? And I know they're obviously, because they've changed the timings and the shows are quite condensed, and they're trying to fit in so much talent and stuff. That causes a problem as well. You know, so
no, I think it's a bit over.
I think
it's just.
I think for me, Noel, the expectation is when WWE went to Netflix, you know what I mean? If they want to blur things out, put Raw on the kids section of Netflix and blur things out. I think Ed brought up a brilliant point. They don't censor films. They don't censor films over a certain age. And I think my expectation of WWE going to Netflix is so that shit can't be censored. So timing is not an issue. Because Netflix is, it's not like it's cable and something's coming on straight after it. It doesn't matter. Yeah. You pick what you watch. And I do think if they're gonna do that, Buzz, have a censored version and a non-censored version with parental locks or something like that, if that's the issue. Because it's a pain in the arse.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brian.
Yeah. Absolutely. It just makes the show feel a little bit all over the place, doesn't it?
Yeah. Cheapened. It's cheapened the show. It makes it feel cheapened, is what it makes it feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Then the other thing that I came across as well is a guy had put together the ultimate wrestling show based on ChatGPT and stuff like that. So I have the card here. You can let us know what you think. I think it's quite a stellar card, to be honest. Like, I'm not hating it at all. But this is the card. Let us know your thoughts, lads, as we run down through it. You got Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero in the opener.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's the opener. Oh, my God. Yeah, holy God.
That's the
opener. That's a good idea.
That's the opener.
That's a very good idea.
Tell you what, Lesnar against Andre. Fuck me. Yeah.
John
Ric
Cena
Flair
be the
against-
Rock. Like, yeah, like
Road Warriors versus the Hardys versus Edge and
that's
Christian.
TLC.
The Dudleys.
versus the
Perfect.
greatest
The
tag team of all
Dudleys.
time, the Dudleys. Yeah, exactly.
Lads,
but
Rhea
even
Ripley versus China, no holds barred.
That'd be
Phenomenal.
class.
Randy Savage against
And-
CM Punk. Oh, give me that.
But,
See, when
Ric
I
Flair in
mentioned
his
when I
prime
men-
against
when I-
Daniel
when
Bryan.
when I mentioned this at the start of the show, people had some skeptical faces on them as to
No,
what
did.
that's-
I was so skeptical. Did you see me? Did you? I was like, oh,
there's one thing
So
that
was Sean.
changed.
So was Sean O as well. Sean O was going, oh no.
That's phenomenal. I'd watch that three times in a row.
I've been proven wrong.
You need to put for the first match. You need to add AJ Styles in there. You need to add AJ Styles in there.
AJ's in the second one. AJ's in
Yeah.
the second one.
No, I know. I
AJ's in the
know.
second
That's
match.
what I'm saying. I know, but take AJ out of that match and put him in with Guerrero and Michaels. He'd be much better in them.
Either or.
Do you know what I was thinking for that first match? I was thinking Jericho in there. Jericho.
Oh,
Michaels versus
yes,
Jericho
yes.
versus Eddie.
Yes, that's yes.
Wouldn't be bad, yeah.
Bren,
That's-
Road
that
Warriors
is-
versus Dudleys versus Hardys versus Edge and Christian TLC.
Nah.
Your favorite match with your favorite team.
Give me that.
Where are
all
you
day
seeing
long.
it? I'm not seeing the Dudleys on that. I see Road Warriors versus the Hardys versus Edge and Christian. Now, look, in all honesty, I'd be down for that. Imagine Hawk.
Yeah, that's why you keep on
mental.
bashing into people in the park in the morning time.
I was going to say, Brian, yeah, if
Need
you're
to
not
put a
seeing
pair
that,
of
there's
sweats
something
on.
seriously wrong, mate. It's right there.
That card, Noel, when you come on and you said AI put together a card, I was like, this is going to be a load of meatballs. I'd watch this. That's incredible. Man,
Cena
just when
versus
I think-
Rollins
just when I think-
would be class
So-
again.
So you now know your homework for next week, lads, is to come up with your dream card. Give me 6 or 7 matches in a dream card that you have to put together yourselves for next week, and we'll go
Just give
through
me-
those
just give me
cards.
I've already got
You
one.
know.
I can't wait.
I've already got one myself.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll do a women's. Let's see
Sean
how that
Cara.
goes.
We can mix it up. Randy
Shock
Savage
horror,
versus CM Punk.
That'd be savage.
Do you know the only
Imagine the promos.
Yeah.
I would do Sean in The Rock. Shawn Michaels versus The Rock.
What you going to say? Sean O versus The Rock. I was going to say, oh, I'm fucked. Oh, God.
Well, it's never happened before.
To
That's
be
a
fair,
dream match.
lads, right? Bret Hart angle,
Go on.
Iron Man. That would be a fantastic. That would just be like, you know, what I mean, that'd be that. You know.
But Ed, what if Owen Hart was involved in that as well?
Yeah. God bless him. And not to be horrible, but throw Benoit on there. Fatal 4-way Iron Man match. You know what I mean? Throw Benoit on there. No, I look at. But you know what I mean? As far as wrestling and
I
technical
know
goes,
exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
100%.
you know.
You can't be mentioning the word
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Benoit and fatal in the same sentence. Sorry.
That's a good point, actually.
You
Yeah.
just can't,
Jeez.
lads. It's
fair,
too-
it's
way
fair.
too close to home. Way too
Fair.
close to home.
I wasn't trying to.
Isn't
I
it
just want to
Bubba
put that
Ray
out
Band?
there.
No, or do you have a dislike to the table? Fetcher. Oh no, he loves Devon.
I love Devon. I would say Devon, Spike Dudley, and a lad called Joe Dudley from Fortlawn are the top 3 Dudleys from Blanche. Quality.
Big
But I
up,
do
Ian. I hope you're
Look at
good, bro.
Dudley Moore.
That's it. So that's the
Get him in.
quality. That's quality, no.
That's brilliant. Yeah, that is brilliant.
Yeah.
Would you
So I
have
thought- I thought
you
Big
would.
Show against Andre for the crack?
What?
Big Show and Andre for the crack.
Oh, could you imagine how bad that?
No, I think of Brock Lesnar getting Andre to join up an F5 and them would
Yes.
be it'd be Hogan slamming them levels. I think
What
that
are you
would be
doing,
respect.
Brock Lesnar? What are you doing?
Also to see the
Mommy
size
on the
of
milk.
Andre's hand. Andre's hand crushing
Brock Lesnar's neck.
Lesnar's skull. On his
Yeah.
skull would be unbelievable as well.
you like the vessel in a
Yeah. Aina just had the best steak. The best steak.
Now-
Look at you, not
Good
messing
man, ain't
around
it?
there.
Nice. No.
You,
On the-
were you
on the
wearing
Tuesday
wrestling
How do you
night,
like
in
your
Blanche?
steak, Aina?
In his mouth.
Hey!
Right, so we're gonna skip back to the first slide because obviously we want to spend a bit of time on this one, and we do have a little bit of history, and we have some very important, notable birthdays as well this week. So,
The
yeah.
doctor. is in the house.
Best steak.
Big D.
It's fucking StreamYard shite. Why did I put
Nobody
the
does
slide
a better
first?
steak than Sean O.
Do you do it?
Here's what I know what you said, Sean. I know what you said, but here's what I heard. Lads, I'm gonna do you all steak at some stage. Probably sometime in the future, and we really appreciate that. So Sean O's gonna cater for the upper tier coming soon. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
You obviously heard him wrong, so.
Bren's hearing the voices in his head again.
All right. So we have the top three. Do we? We have Rock, Cena, and who was the third you said?
Dwayne.
Hulk Hogan.
Dwayne.
No, Hulk
Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan. Hulk Hogan on the top, and then Dwayne and Cena underneath. Now you can.
Yeah. No. I'd agree with that because when Hulk Hogan died, my auntie, who I wouldn't even hear from most of the time except for my birthday, Hulk Hogan's dead. Did you hear?
There you go.
That says it all, you know. So that's 1, 2. So for in the top three there, like in the third one, definitely you have to have Brock Lesnar in there just because everyone knows who Brock Lesnar is as well. Do you know what I mean?
UFC, you're looking at multi-sport,
UFC,
you know, 100%.
NCAA.
Yeah.
Well, he'd probably be more known in America, NCAA and all, and you know what I mean. He would be there, and you probably would have as well
Roman
in there.
Reigns.
Well, I wasn't going to say Roman Reigns. I was going to say Bill Goldberg because he played for the.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
he's an
You're
American
not
footballer.
wrong.
Good shout.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Hang on. Whoa.
We wish,
Kev.
Kev, we wish, Kev. Kev, we wish. We wish.
WWE is the best wrestling company in the world, and there's nobody even close.
Best sports entertainment company in the world, absolutely.
After TNA.
Okay, so what did we go for the? And remember, we're not devaluing these boxes and where you put people, but we're also talking about their influence. Not only we're talking about their wrestling influence as well as their influence outside of the business. Now transcended it and brought people into the business. So we've put Hulk Hogan on top. I think everyone's put Hulk Hogan on top.
Yeah.
Any questions there?
Absolutely.
No,
Not at all.
Okay, then the next two boxes, who are you putting in there? The Rock is mentioned anyway. Is The Rock on everyone's?
I put Stone Cold in there.
The Rock and Cena are my
I would
two
put Rock
underneath.
and Cena in there.
Cena
I
and The
would
Rock.
have Rock and Cena in there.
100%.
Just because.
Okay. I
Pete,
had
you said
the
Stone Cold
next
in
two
the
boxes.
second box?
Yeah, I would put Stone Cold in, to be honest with you.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
fair. Yeah.
Below Hogan, I had The Rock and Vince McMahon.
Ooh, now how would you base that on, as in globally famous Vince McMahon? Like everyone knows who he is, what he's done.
Well, I don't think there's anyone on this planet right now does not know who Vince McMahon is, whether it's for good or bad or in different reasons.
Yeah.
But I think
that's fair.
If you look at Vince's effect on the business, and in terms of he was the guy pulling the strings, he was the Muhammad Ali, the Liberace, all these ideas. He was the Hulk Hogan, remember? Like, so if Hogan's going to be in the top box, Vince McMahon has to be in the other top box beside him, or just below him, I think, anyway. Now, again, it's not, de-leveling down on this, because I have some interesting names on here that people...
What about Ric Flair, though, Niall?
Ric Flair for me is, I have Ric Flair in the next line down, one of the three boxes. So my next three boxes down were Stone Cold, Macho Man, and Ric Flair. They were my next three boxes.
My only debate on Ric Flair is that from a wrestling point of view, yes.
Yeah.
But outside of wrestling,
if I was to say to Sarah, who knows who The Rock is now, do you know who Ric Flair is? She'd probably say no.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
But do you know who Ronda Rousey is?
She would know who Ronda Rousey is.
Yeah. I'm not. Look, again, this is why I love this debate, because it stokes
no one's
up
right
a
or
little
wrong.
conversation.
No one's right or wrong here. Like, I mean, no one is.
Everyone has their own choices. That's the beauty.
I mean, I to be fair, and I wasn't joking when I said this. Like, unfortunately, for all the wrong reasons, Ben was definitely in like the fourth row there, because People know.
Well, let's treat it more like a positive kind of influence.
No, yeah,
on
sorry.
the business
No,
but you know what I mean. Yeah, you know
I know what
mean.
you're saying, but like, what we were saying was like, what associates with wrestling. Like, you know, you
What
would
transcends it?
I
Like
mean, I know.
and stuff.
I know
Batista's
we're
another
reviewing
one, yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring at the moment and all. So if next week we want to do all the boxes with like murderers, abusers, and pedos and stuff like that, and all, we can do that. We can do that too if we have to. Yeah.
Murderers and
I don't
abusers.
think we want to.
For the most part, it'll probably be the same list.
You're just flip flopping.
Wow.
There's no wrong answer except for that answer there. Okay. Go on.
Yeah,
Now, you mentioned Batista there. I would put him, he would be in my
Dave Batista, 100%.
fourth row. He
Yeah.
would be in my fourth row because
was
obviously
in-
Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvel Universe, he's coming up, other films are coming out with him now as
he was
well.
a bad guy in
And-
James Bond, you know?
Yeah, do you know what I
My
mean? Like
Spy.
he's completely transcended, like we said, the wrestling
Great
business, and you know he's put himself into Hollywood and all that. And yeah, I would put Batista in that pyramid, 110%.
The only thing I would say in terms of an influence and stuff like that, I think when Batista left the wrestling, he kind of detached himself very much from it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
the-
he did.
Like you know when
But
you
he does
see
have
the
a
Rock
legacy.
and stuff like that, and there's a legacy there. But I think you could find that there's people out there, like if you look at now, like kind of like if you look at Batista now, like you know, unless you were familiar with the wrestling business, you wouldn't even know if Batista was a wrestler. Like,
Yeah, but he's after
Fair,
dropping
fair.
thousands of pounds. Like, you know, he's a third of his size as well now,
Yeah.
you know?
but I think
Yeah.
even when he initially stepped out and he was doing movies and stuff like that, and all, he really stepped away from the business. That link wasn't there. You know that link, like you know when you see Stone Cold in The Expendables or you see The Rock in a movie, you still know there's Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock.
Yeah.
You look at Batista because Batista took some very interesting parts as well. Like that, what was that one? Cabin in the Woods or something like that.
Cabin in
One
the
of the
Woods,
greatest
yeah.
movies I've ever.
Yeah.
And when you
He
see
was-
Batista
he
in
was
that,
very
you're
good.
thinking it was quite dynamic. He's taken on some interesting roles that don't necessarily where you look at it and you go, "That's Dave Batista." Kind of thing, you know what I mean? It's not the same. I don't know. Certainly, there's a connection there, and there's obviously an influence. But
Would you include Mr. T?
I was going to say Mr. T because he was part of the first WrestleMania. Do you know what I mean?
You're leaving out a lot of names here, and you're running out of TVs, lads. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Would you say Cyndi Lauper? You know what I mean? Like, we're running out of tellies here, lads.
Jesse the Body Ventura, governor of Minnesota.
Yeah, you're actually, do you know what? Yeah, you're bang on the
conspiracy
money there.
theorist.
You're bang on the money there. Yeah.
Rowdy Piper, They Live, cult classic. Anyway, sorry, go on. I'm running out of tellies.
Well, no,
So
I
when
don't
you
think I have any tellies left.
Would
My-
we have
my
the
next-
Ultimate
my
Warrior in
next-
there?
absolutely. My next line down, the 4 TVs I had
Yeah.
in Roddy Piper, Captain Lou Albano,
Yep, agreed.
Superstar Billy Graham, and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Niall, would you put in Andre the Giant in there?
I
Do
would.
you know something? I didn't put Andre into my list, but there's a number of people that I didn't put in here that would go in here as well. It's quite a short list because my bottom list is absolutely fucking insane. Because I didn't just look at
What's your bottom
this
list,
as WWE. Huh?
Yeah, give us your bottom list now.
My bottom list, and not because of quality and not because of talent either, because like I don't think in terms of talent and stuff like that.
No.
But my bottom list is Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Dusty Rhodes, Jeff Hardy, Ultimate Warrior, and then I put in Fritz Von Erich, Antonio Inoki, and then El Santo. That's my bottom list. Because if you don't put El Santo in there, you'd never have Lucha Libre wrestling. So, and that's massive in terms of the business and stuff like that. You wouldn't? Would you have Japanese wrestling where it is now without Antonio Inoki?
I think our interpretation of the question is skewing our.
Yeah, it is because you're like it's what's the way I thought this was world's most famous wrestlers that people outside of wrestling would know as well.
Yeah,
Like
that's
Rey
but
Mysterio. Rey Mysterio should definitely be in there somewhere because everyone knows who Rey Mysterio is because kids love him. They see him and they even before they watch wrestling, they see him in the toy store. Oh, mommy, daddy, get me this Rey Mysterio, and then who's Rey Mysterio? They get into it.
That was my initial question. But again, if Niall wants to put this in a more wrestling like dominated perspective. That's fine.
Yeah,
My
well,
one was outside of wrestling. Who would you consider world's most famous wrestlers? Kind of like Hogan, Cena, you know.
Owen Hart would definitely be there as well if it's just about wrestling because of the strategy. And again, I'm not kind of trying to go back to the negative, but like that's how he'd be well known. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's part of the Brett family and the Von Erichs, like you said,
Well,
the Von
that's the
Erichs.
case.
You know what I mean? The Von Erichs are
like who would be wrestlers that you would consider to be, like, for example, who was there any wrestlers that really had music careers outside of, like, global music careers and movie careers outside of wrestling that we haven't mentioned?
Jeff Jarrett, didn't he have a music career or something like that?
Oh, no, that was the Road Dogg, my man. The
was
Road
Road
Dogg
Dogg,
did
yeah.
his voice.
Yeah.
I know truth.
But yeah, Sean, you've been quiet.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm still kind of thinking. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle as well was an Olympic gold medalist, but I know he's there, but like that's how he transcended over as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you're putting Brock in there, you're probably putting Kurt in there as well.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of
like, and you know what? The person we've missed completely as well. If it is about making people transcend over to watch it, Logan Paul.
I hate to say it, but you're
100%.
fucking bang on the money.
Logan Paul.
You are bang on the money.
All of his, you know, followers who never would have watched it are now watching it. You know what I mean?
That's actually a key person to put in there. Yeah. If I'm honest with you, you're bang on the money there. I wouldn't have even thought that.
I shall speed.
Well, do you know what I mean? No, yeah, you know what I mean. The Osbournes, no, but we could go down that route. But like Logan Paul, you know what I mean? He's held the US title. He's held the tag team titles. He's been in some serious
future world champ. He's
future
world champ,
no, without a doubt. And you can say it all day long. He's not, but he is. He absolutely
well
is.
Deserved.
Yeah, because he's a
big
good
up
wrestler.
the chat.
Sean knows discussed. Look at Sean
over
discussed there when you mentioned Logan Paul, future world champ.
Well,
No. Don't get me wrong. I said it before. I absolutely hated Logan Paul before WWE. I despise him.
Yeah.
And I still, beyond words cannot explain how much I absolutely hate his brother Jake Paul. Can't stand him. I could call him all the heights and names, but since Logan Paul has been in WWE, I can't deny I've actually enjoyed watching him. He is absolutely a fantastic wrestler.
100%, John.
I'd 100% say he was born to be a wrestler more than he ever was born to be a boxer.
He's one of these people that, and there's a few of them in the world. He's one of these people who are natural athletes. They just excel at athletic ability, and he is one of them.
Here's a question for you, though.
He can do it. He could be in the NBA. He could be in the NFL. It doesn't matter. He's just naturally gifted athlete.
Reminds me of me in my 20s. Go on, Keith.
Who would you put in as a woman's wrestler in there?
False. Sorry, false.
Do you know what? I hate to say it, and Ed was bang on the money earlier. I think
aside from Ronda
Rousey, but it has to be Ronda Rousey. One of the biggest, because as far as a global superstar goes, there's very few bigger women out there with a connection to wrestling outside that, you know, don't know who Ronda Rousey is.
Fantastic wrestler at that.
A great wrestler, but not WWE style wrestler. Just a great, like, actual
she's shite.
Amateur wrestler.
One of the greatest Raw women's champions.
When it comes to women, would we put China in there as well, just because of the extracurricular activities she had outside of it? Would maybe bring her in.
Ed, you're on a tear tonight, you know that. Dark side of Ed, man. If you know, it's like that.
Do you know what? If
you
I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say this to Ed,
or an adult entertainer. Call Ed Lindsay.
He's making me look like Liv Morgan.
Here's what I'm going to recommend to Ed, right? And here's a genuine recommendation for Ed Lindsay, right? The hemorrhoid himself, right? There's going to be a show on this channel eventually at some point, and it's going to start with the following program may contain scenes unsuitable for younger viewers. Parental discretion is advised. Then he goes, if you want to see her in this bit, the link's in the description below. if you want to know about Chris Benoit and all he did, links in the description below.
What I'm saying with China, right? Like what I'm saying with China is, like, she was also like in incredible shape. Yes. No, but she was like, you know, when she came in and the size that she was and just the presence she brought, you know, she would.
Sean being racist now.
You know what I mean? People would have seen that from outside the wrestling and go,
she also inspired a lot of women to get into wrestling.
She did.
You know,
She
so you
did.
have to
Yeah,
allow
she
for
did.
that as well, you know. So there's a lot of women wrestlers these days interviewed would say that China certainly influenced.
Would you put the
their
Fabulous
decision.
Moolah in there just for wrestling purposes?
No, she was an arsehole after what
No,
she
but
did.
no,
Doesn't matter.
because-
It's
I'm gonna,
Just-
I'm gonna. If you're talking women, I'm gonna say something now, right? And I mean it.
Mercedes
No, you don't.
Moné, Sasha Banks.
Nikki and Brie Bella.
Yeah,
They did.
yeah, total divas. Yeah, 100%. No, 100%. Total
Good
divas.
man.
Right.
Good man.
Right, see
You
you
beautiful
later,
bastard.
lads.
I love
See
you,
you later,
Brendan
lads.
Reed.
Don't
All
do
the
it,
best.
Brian.
See you
But lads,
later.
They did,
I actually do have to jump off. I have to put the little one to bed.
No, but
No, but like I hate
Say
to admit it.
priorities
We are
for
witnessing
are what they are. You
history.
know what I
Man,
mean?
just be quiet. Don't say it.
Good night and God
Ed,
bless Ed.
just
Look,
make
look,
me a promise,
Nikki-
yeah? Will you make me a promise, Ed?
Nick-
His head's gone.
He's gone.
Ed's gone,
Right.
is he? I'll message him later then.
Like if you look at Nikki Bella, you have to think total Bella. I can't even finish the sentence. Total
Both.
Bellas. You have to think Dancing with the Stars, and like I
America's
know,
Got Talent.
I know girls that know Nikki Bella through her reality TV stuff. There, I said it. It's the Bellas. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, people know Kim Kardashian through that. Doesn't mean she goes to the fucking Hall of Fame.
Brendan
But,
Reed.
but the question was, Dave. The question was, did they somehow transcend the wrestling business? And in some
No, you're
ways,
right.
the
I mean,
Bellas
yeah.
did.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with you there.
Oh Jesus!
I-
Stop, Look.
Hold on a minute. Bren,
hello,
I mean
darkness,
this.
my old friends.
I mean
Oh.
this in the straightest way possible. I love
No, you
you,
don't.
Brendan Reed, you beautiful bastard.
Bren,
just
don't be
had to-
surprised if you get nudes in your inbox from him later on.
The size of that humble pie that lad just swallowed. Listen, and you know, he's the realest of reals on this podcast as well, because he always comes on and corrects it. And if he's wrong, he puts his hand up and says he's wrong. Fair play.
Do you know what?
I'm
All that
so
moment
impressed.
needed. All that moment needed was that Christmas song playing in the background. War is over. We have
Lads,
one,
I'm
folks.
going-
We have
I'm
one.
going back in the drink.
I was actually going to suggest, have you already gone there with that statement about the Bellas? But there you go. You know, I thought you'd had a few shots of that Wheatley vodka or something on that bus tour home from work. There we go.
Sober
There
for
we go.
life.
Will we take a little bit of history and a few notable birthdays?
Yes, we shall.
Yes. Oh, that's made my
You
night.
know, once again, once again, there you go. Best of friends. There you go. There you go. Oh, I tell you. I even had some ECW stuff in here for Sean Mack. I hope he listens back to us. So,
I lost
1997. Stop interrupting me, you pox, every time I do the history, will you? 1997, ECW. If you listened, you wouldn't be doing Bury the Live fucking shows on this channel. Right, come on.
Best fucking clip of all
1997.
time.
Shut the fuck up, Keith.
Shut up, bitch.
ECW broadcast only their second ever pay-per-view in 1997. The main event saw Shane Douglas defeat Terry Funk and ECW World Heavyweight Champion Sabu to win the title. 2014, Suplex City. SummerSlam became Suplex Slam when Brock Lesnar completely dominated John Cena to win the WWE Championship. This history repeating itself, really, isn't it? 16 suplexes and an F5 later. And we had a new face of the company also on this night. Stephanie McMahon competed in the first match since 2003 in a successful effort against Brie Bella. There we go. 2018 WWE SummerSlam took place at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. A number of title changes took place on the night, most notably Ronda Rousey won. You would have thought I put this together based on these picks now, wouldn't you? Ronda Rousey won her first and only Raw Women's title from Alexa Bliss. In the main event, Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar for the World Championship. 1995, IWA Japan presented the Kawasaki Dream event in Kawasaki, Japan. The match featured the infamous King of the Deathmatch tournament. The final saw Cactus Jack defeat Terry Funk in no ropes, exploding barbed wire, exploding ring, time bomb match. Here we go. Are you listening, Tony Khan? 2001, Monday Night Raw played host to Austin Appreciation Night as the Alliance paid tribute to their leader, Stone Cold Steve Austin. The party was ruined when Kurt Angle drove the milk truck, Milk-O-Mania, baby, out to ringside and doused the group in the dairy. What a moment. I have it up there and I have it signed by him and all. Fantastic. 1979, Dusty Rhodes defeated Harley Race to win his first NWA World Heavyweight title in Tampa, Florida. He would hold the belt only 5 days before losing it back to Harley Race. And 2005 takes place. I have this figure. 2005 SummerSlam takes place in the MCI Center in Washington, D.C. The event is notable for Shawn Michaels facing Hulk Hogan in a singles action for the first time. Hogan takes the win in what proved to be their only encounter. Earlier in the show, Rey Mysterio fought Eddie Guerrero in a ladder match with custody of Mysterio's son Dominic as the prize. What an event. Unbelievable. Amazing. That Hogan Michaels and the build up to remember the Larry King skits and everything and all, they were unbelievable.
So good.
So we did say we have some notable birthdays this week, folks, but two of the biggest this week, of course, our very own Anto Dooner in the chat, as always, a big supporter of the podcast and friend and family member of the podcast as well. And also Dara Riley's in there as well. Dara, another big friend of the shop, the podcast and everything else. Two great guys. So wish them a happy birthday. They're two of the most notable ones. Paige, 1992, celebrates her birthday. Lillian Garcia, 1973. Unbelievable. Walter, 1987. Pac, 1986. Eve Torres, 94. Trent 7, 1981. And Keith's favourite tag team partner for The Undertaker that just didn't bother showing up, 1969, one Nathan Jones. That is your notable birthdays for this week, folks. There you go. But until next time, anyone else to add? They want to add? I will be back tomorrow night with the Premier League preview for the season. I have myself and Darren are on Wednesday, because Thursday I will be at the Prodigy and Carl Cox, and I will be in no state to be doing any podcast then. So anyone else, anything to add? Shows coming up, SmackDown Motel as always.
The women's SmackDown Motel. We will be live. Women's show, of course, that'll come through probably 7 p.m. Friday. Maybe, yep. We have the SmackDown Motel. Do check in with us because it's going to be a cracker. And of course, the Attitude Era episode 5. And it's going to be about D-Generation X and stables as such, and what inspired D-Generation X. Are you ready?
No.
And of course, I'll be at Dynamite and Collision on Wednesday next week, and I'll bring as much content as I can from that evening and updates where I can.
Oh boy, you're ruthless.
Beautiful time.
Ruthless.
Do you know, the people in this podcast will begin to think that you guys aren't even friends. Do they realize you two are like best friends, joined at the hip nearly, you know? It's insane. So absolutely nothing. Oh, I tell you, Dave. Unreal. Yeah, and also Friday we have a watch along for the first game of the Premier League season as well. Arsenal take on Coventry, so I'll be on your screens on Friday as well. So lots of podcasts coming up, lots of shorts, lots of videos, everything happening at the moment. So keep it lit. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel, hit the bell notification button, and of course drop a like on the video as always. And we will talk to you again real soon. Cheers, lads.
Good night. God bless.